When you were shooting this film, you got to do this awesome kind of, almost like a road trip of sorts to go to Toronto, and so was that kind of cool for you? And as a mom, how do you kind of like navigate all of that?
Yeah.
Was it like an adventure for the kids also then?
In some ways, yeah, I kind of loved that about this movie, about any movie. I did another movie called Boys on the Side, which was like that. And every time we went to a new location, it kind of gave everyone a new energy. And you know, my kids, they got to visit each location, and that's fun for them too. It's always fun for kids to go to a new place. Usually they're impressed with the kind of things that other people aren't impressed by. You know, like we live in New York, so the Empire State Building they don't really care about, but they care about like the Lego store in Times Square. Like kids are turned on by different things than grown-ups.
I would assume, from an actor's standpoint, that working on a film like this is almost like a kid in a candy store, only because you get to work with different actors every couple of days and stuff like that. So for you, like what was the day you're like, oh, today's Helen's coming on set, or like what was the day that you kind of had a good day, like you were like kind of all like giddy a little bit?
Well, almost every day, you know. John, I've worked with John before, and he's pretty much my hero in terms of acting. He's what I always wanted to be when I first started acting, you know, when I got out of drama school. He's not that much older than me, but he was really what I wanted to be. And Helen is someone I really admire. I think every actor probably admires her, and she's even better than you would imagine. She's just amazing.
To work on a film like this, because it's based on a 66-page like comic book, it's kind of difficult for somebody maybe to kind of extrapolate a proper character. And so as you kind of get a script like this, how do you kind of like add all the extra colorings and you know, like what did you do to kind of make sure that this was like a full performance as opposed to like, hi, I'm gonna show up and
Right. Well, I feel like that's my job really, to make my character not come off like one of those like happy faces in like the psychiatry like manuals from 1952. It's like she needs to be more than an expression, you know. But you do start from, or I do, from a distilled like quality in someone, and then expand on that. And for her, she's unsophisticated and comes from a very positive place. So it's finding when she isn't positive, and when she finds, you know, some sense of being sophisticated in her own way, you know, to find what works against what is obvious about her.
Last question, does this lead a life of action starage for you now? Are you going to grab a gun and be Salt 2, or, you know, like, is that...
This was kind of the perfect action movie for me to do, really, because I got to play a character and I didn't really have to hold a gun. And I ran a little bit, but that was ridiculous. And just that part of the job was really challenging for me, and fun too, because Helen and I were both laughing because neither of us are big, you know, like running past the camera was a little bit of a challenge for both of us.